Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Keppel. I'm here for Therm O Web today, and I wanted to show you a technique to cover die cuts with foil. So I have some die cut borders that I've cut here, and I want them to be foiled. So I'm going to use the iCraft Deco Foil Transfer Gel. You can see I have two card panels here that I have stamped and colored. I've stamped them with art impression stamps and then colored them with Copic markers. And then I've die cut some white cardstock into this little grassy border that perfectly matches up with the bottom of the card panel. So the next thing I'm going to do is use some of the iCraft Deco Foil Transfer Gel and then be able to apply the iCraft Deco Foil in the emerald watercolor, which I really love. So I have my die cut here and I have a palette knife, and I'm just going to take out some of the Deco Foil Transfer Gel and wipe it across the die cut. And I'm moving in the shape of the die cut from bottom to top so the texture will look like grass. Next, I'm going to create a sandwich. I have the Therm O Web parchment paper. I'm going to lay my die cut inside, then a small piece of the foil that covers the die cut, and then the top of the parchment paper. I line everything up and insert it into my laminator that's been heating up for a good 10 minutes. And when I pull it out, you can see that the foil has definitely adhered. I usually smooth it out a little bit, and then when you peel it away, you see you've got this great foiled die cut piece. So now we're ready to put our cards together. I have a couple of different Therm O Web adhesives, and I have these decorative photo corners from Therm O Web. These are gold foil. I'm going to place some Memory Runner XL on the back of my first card panel. The photo corners do have adhesive on them, but I'm going to send this in the mail and I want to make sure that the panel stays in place. So I put the photo corners on after the adhesive in the middle, and I do realize at the end that these photo corners at the bottom have to be removed because I'm trying to put my foiled grass down there. But for now, they look really pretty that way. And I'm just going to then get ready to line up these foiled die cuts at the very bottom. So I'm going to use some Memory Runner XL for the first foiled die cut and lay it flush to the card panel. The second one, I decide I want to pop up, so this card gets a little bit more dimension. Because the card panel itself is just stamped and colored, I do want to add some three-dimensional elements to it. I'm going to do it with this grass. So the 3D dots are a little too big for this strip of grass that I have, so I cut one into thirds, and you can do that with any really good non-stick scissors. That's the thing that I love about the dots, that you can both cut them and they're clear so you won't see them peeking out behind the way you would white foam sometimes. So I'm going to remove the top layer of the backing there and then just lay this border down above the other border. And this way it looks like the bunny is kind of peeking out from behind the foiled grass, and I really like the look of that. And the photo corners add a nice foiled touch to the top of the card. For this next card, I'm going to use some Memory Runner XL to put the first panel down. Use the same adhesive to put the second panel down, and then I have two layers of grass that are perfect size for the white stamped panel in the middle there. So I'm going to use the Memory Runner XL to put the first layer of grass down, and then I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. I'm going to take one 3D Zots and I'm going to cut it into thirds and peel off the backing of each of these little pieces. You can get some really tiny skinny pieces and you get great dimension because the Zots have such height to them. So once I have all the Zots laid down on the grass, then I remove the backing, which is pretty easy to do. Sometimes I get a little bit of a sticky one. You just have to kind of pull back and forth and you'll get it off, and then layer that over your card. So that's how you can create some foiled die cuts to add to your cards. You could really use any border or any really die cut that you like and use the transfer gel on top and create a really beautiful foiled touch to your cards. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you again next time.